Yeah, that Friday looks a little sketchy.
Yes, it does.
Okay, well, we have Dr. Burton here. We're talking about how parents can talk to their kids about tough topics like sex, drugs, and drinking.
Yep.
Those
okay,
are tough ones.
So we've got a couple of questions.
Actually, wanted to do a recap of the
great.
advice
Okay,
first that he
let's do
did
that.
last hour.
Yep.
First of all, you say be honest,
Be honest.
and don't exaggerate.
Don't
Talk
exaggerate
openly with your kids.
Right. You want
Okay.
to always have credibility with
Yeah.
your children. Engage the child in the conversation. So have that dialogue, and that doing that process really starts when they're younger.
You're
want to
not
create,
yelling at them. You're talking with
well,
them.
and you're having a dialogue about
Yeah.
it. And so, having role play or acting out scenarios, giving your children words to use in certain situations, because they'll be caught off guard, and so you want to help them out with that. Be up to date on your information. It changes often about the negative effects of substances, especially on young brains. And then always let them know that you love them no matter what. It's not about their behavior,
Right.
that you just want to help them be successful.
Yeah.
And make good choices.
Okay, so now these viewer questions. My son's health class is going over sex ed soon. Should I give him the talk before or after he gets that lesson in health?
Well, I don't know that it matters either way, but I think it gives you a great opportunity to say, hey, this is coming up.
Yeah, because you have to sign the waiver. Here
Right.
in Utah, you sign
So
the
you know-
waiver. So
So
that's
you
a good
know
time.
that it's going to happen. You can even say, would you like to talk about what they're
Before.
going to talk
Yeah.
about? And you can leave it up to him, but I think after, either before or after.
Maybe both.
Or both, yeah.
Maybe you can
Prepare
say, hey,
him.
you learned this in class. Do you have any questions? Or
Yeah.
But that, is that in 5th grade that typically
Well,
happens?
maturation is, but
Is that-
but health I think is required in 8th grade and
8th
then
grade.
again in high school.
It
So
just presents a great
probably one of
opportunity.
those. Yeah.
Yeah, both. To say what's going to happen, and then, hey, listen, and if you're uncomfortable asking questions in class, feel free to
Right.
come and talk about it after.
Because I think a lot of parents, it's really hard for them to bring it up. How do you bring that up?
Yeah. I was just telling him Britney Spears was the inspiration for the talk
great.
for my daughter. I
Great.
turned a song down because you know what it's about.
Yes.
And I said, do you know why I turned that down?
That's a great
And
way
she
to
said,
bring
why?
it up.
And I said, well, because she's singing about sex.
Yeah.
And I don't think you're old enough to learn about it
Yeah,
yet.
that's a great way.
Especially from something like a song that you're
Yeah.
dancing to.
And with all my kids, they kind of just started asking some questions. And so it was a great way for me to just answer their question and keep going.
Yeah, and so giving that opportunity, the maturation class, the sex class at school, or even Britney Spears.
Britney Spears,
There you go.
the inspiration. Okay, the other question we got from a viewer is, I caught my 16-year-old with beer in her room. She's grounded, no phone. How else can I get her to never drink underage again?
Well, so that's a problem, because you cannot control your kids that way. And so
I hate that we can't control our kids. I hate it.
and that's something I should have said in our first segment, is that your children, when they become adolescents, later adolescents, they're going to make decisions, even if you have the talk, and even if you have those expectations, which apparently this viewer does have expectations. And then there was a consequence, right, the grounding. And so if your child knows that, they're still going to go off to school, they're going to go off to parties,
Might
be
be
with
influenced.
friends, and they will make a choice, maybe to drink or not to drink. So the hard answer is you can't control
You can't
them.
control them, but how is the best way to advise them to never do it again?
Or help them make a better decision?
Well,
Yeah.
I think making the better decision is all about the consequence, really. And if she
So she's doing
doesn't,
the right thing with the consequence there?
yeah, I think so. Being grounded. But I think it's important to talk to the child to say, here's the expectation, here's the consequence before.
Yeah.
I think it's always better to do it before, and then remember to be consistent and follow through.
Right.
And you can do it. I think it's important to do it without anger. There's no reason to be angry. You can say, do you remember we talked about this?
Yeah.
You're drinking again, or I found beer, so here's the consequence.
Yeah.
And hopefully the child learns that they don't want to be grounded, or they don't want their phone taken away. That's really all we have as parents, is the consequence for the behavior, because they'll go out and they'll make the decision.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay. Thank you so
Thanks
much.
so
Dr.
much.
Burton. It's always so wise.
Sometimes you can't. Okay.